Likewise, back at you.
Take care of my dude.
Geoff, first of all, congratulations on the victory. What are your initial thoughts after the performance against Santiago Ponzinibbio?
I'm proud of that performance. You know what I mean? I'm happy with it. You know, I did a lot of things. I showed a lot of things, and I really felt like I was I felt like I was at home. You know what I mean? It felt like it was a real easy fight for me. You know, and like, yeah, I didn't get the finish, but I felt like I was in control of the fight all 3 rounds, and I was never in any trouble. I didn't take really any damage. He kicked my leg hard a couple times, and that's about it.
When you say you were at home, what do you mean exactly? Like at home inside the octagon?
Yeah, like it felt comfortable. You know what I mean? I didn't realize there was like thousands of fans. You know what I mean? All I thought that was there is me, him, and my coaches.
Was outside of the leg kicks, did he hurt you at all?
No.
Or did he catch you by surprise with anything in there?
Nothing by surprise. Everything that we studied on, he did, and it was just like watching film. You know, nothing surprised me.
And moving forward, how many times you want to get back in there quickly in 2022? How many times are you going to look to fight next year?
I'm looking to get back in February, but we'll see. I'm gonna talk to my coach about it. That's not for sure yet. But February in Houston is what I want. But me and my coach might want something else, so we'll see about that.
Geoff, here in the back. Right over here. We were doing post-fight scrums while some of the fight was going on, but it seemed like the fight was stopped quite a few times during the bout. Can you just sort of explain a little bit what was happening? Because there seemed to be a lot of craziness going on that we couldn't hear the commentary for.
Just there was a few eye pokes. You know what I mean? Like close eye pokes. You know, the ref stopped it when Ponzinibbio, he didn't poke me in my eye, but he got really close. And the ref tried to stop it, and I was like, no, I'm fine. I was just, because I let Ponz know, I was like, watch your fingers, because the ref didn't see it. But when the ref seen that, he heard me say that, he said stop. And then I kicked him in Ponz in the balls, and he stopped. But yeah.
And was it at all hard to sort of keep that intensity going when you did have these sort of halts to action?
I mean, probably, you know what I mean? But I was just in the moment the whole time. I really didn't care about any of the little small bullcrap breaks, you know? Yeah. But that's what happened. I kicked him in the balls and then stopped. Yeah.
And as you mentioned with press conference, you felt that striking-wise, power-wise, you know, you had the advantage in pretty much every area. Did that play out relative to your expectations in the fight itself?
Yeah, it did. And I just knew I had control of that fight the whole time. You know what I mean? The only way he was going to win is if I slipped up and he caught me with something I didn't see. But other than that, he wasn't faster than me. He wasn't stronger than me. He tried to get a takedown. I don't know if they counted that as a takedown. If they did, they probably shouldn't have, because I had to whizzer, and I always do just waiting to whizzer out of it. But yeah, he had nothing for me that fight.
And next week we've got Wonder Boy, former foe of yours, against Bilal Muhammad. How do you see that playing out?
I don't know. We'll just have to see. You know what I mean? I fought them both, so you know what I mean? It's not my business to say anything. I'm just going to let that fight play out, and we'll see who wins.
You don't have a favorite, per se?
No favorite.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you.
Congrats on the win here. As the fight was being, or as the scorecards were being read, what was your confidence level that you were going to come out ahead on that?
I was confident at first, but once I seen that they gave him a 29-28, I was like, am I about to get fucked right now? But you know what I mean? I don't see it as a split. I really feel like I won 1 and 3 for sure. You know what I mean? The second round, if you count that takedown as anything, you could have gave it to him. But if we're talking about fighting, and you know what I mean, I'm looking at my opponent from across the cage, I know I'm winning and he knows he's losing. So that's how I saw the fight going. Look at his face, he was losing. I was standing up the whole time. He was sitting down. He was taking deep breaths. He was losing that fight.
Between rounds, the cameras caught your coach here, very fired up, Mr. Swad.
Yeah.
Giving it to you, kind of.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about you guys' relationship and that moment really like spurring you on? Did that help you out?
Yeah. He's been my coach for like what, 6-7 years now. You know what I mean? And he just knows the right things to say to me. He knows how to get me fired up. You know, he knows when I'm just lollygagging. Like, you know what I mean? I was in the cage just playing around, and he knew I was playing around. Like, he's like, you might lose this fight because they might give the split. So, you know what I mean? He knew that was possible, that was going to happen. So he told me to turn it up in the third round, and I did it.
I mean, coming into this fight, you've never been in this position before where you're on a losing streak. Was that difficult? And then in addition to everything else that kind of happened outside, it felt like coming into this fight there was just a lot on your shoulders. Did you feel that?
Not today. I didn't think about none of that today. You know what I mean? I might have thought about that yesterday. I might have thought about that last week. I might have thought about all the other bullshit. But today, the only thing that was on my mind was winning the fight.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just to follow up on that, I think a lot of people going into a fight right here in Shape
Right, okay.
that have a couple losses coming in, they might not be able to feel at home, feel at ease. What's happened in that time from that last loss to coming in now that mental wise that's made you be so confident and so at ease going into this fight this time?
I really can't tell you. You know what I mean? It might be just like, you know what I mean? Like I finally got to fight in front of fans again. Like I love that. Like that's what fighting in the UFC is to me. It's not fighting in the Apex. It's fighting in an arena with a whole bunch of fans around. You know what I mean? Like that nervous energy. Like for some reason, like the more nervous I am, the more comfortable I get when it's time to perform.
I know sometimes we hear from fighters, they say, I just need to get hit a couple times before I can kind of wake up. For you, it's that going into the crowd. Do you get more nervous from a fight like this when you have fans as opposed to, say, like an Apex show when nobody's in there?
The Apex, I get more nervous with the fans, but I like to be nervous. You know what I mean? I like that feeling is what gets me going. Like I don't want to go into the Apex fights. I was never nervous. It was just like I guess I'm gonna walk in the cage and fight somebody. Like it was just boring. And this fight was exciting. I was looking forward to it all. I could barely sleep the whole week because I was just excited to be here. And I came here. I got the job done.
And I know to keep momentum going, you want to stay active. You got to get the reps. So looking forward next year, this year's done for the UFC stuff, but next year, I mean, how many fights are you looking at? I mean, are there goals that you're setting for yourself for next year?
At least three. At least three. Like that's a number goal. Like 3 fights, and I'll be happy with that. I've been averaging 2 fights for the past couple of years, and that's not enough. I need to get like at least 3 in a year.
Congrats on the victory.
Thank you. Good. Awesome.